Love knows no age limit. Sometimes love finds us when we least expect it, and sometimes all it takes is one kiss to realize that we're in love. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we bring you another beautiful love story about two women who dared to love beyond expectations. Please give this video a thumbs up for more videos like these. Let's get started. Sarah was 35, a successful graphic designer whose small but cozy apartment was filled with half-finished DIY projects and books piled on every available surface. Over the years, she had learned to balance the demands of a creative career with a quiet personal life. Her friends often teased her for being too dedicated to her work, but Sarah didn't mind. She liked the solitude. It gave her time to read, to sketch, to dream up designs that married form and function in a burst of color and font. To Sarah, her work was more than a job. It was a conversation with the world, a silent dialogue that expressed what words couldn't. She poured her heart into every project, whether it was designing a logo for a local bakery or putting together a layout for a community newsletter. Each task was an opportunity to communicate, to connect, to leave her mark in a world that was often too loud and too full of unnecessary complications. In the past, Sarah had loved and lost. She had known a kind of love that had been passionate, all-consuming, and heartbreaking. Since then, she had carefully built walls around her heart, convinced that love wasn't meant for her anymore. The late nights spent curled up with a good book and a glass of wine had become her comfort. She had convinced herself that those lonely evenings were a small price to pay for a life filled with independence and creativity. Monika, on the other hand, was just 22, a bright, enthusiastic literature student from a family that valued education as much as sunshine. She was full of life, laughter, and a contagious passion for everything she did. Monika was the kind of girl who carried notebooks stuffed with half-written poems and who laughed at her own clumsiness. She was studying abroad now and had enrolled at the university across town, eager to soak up new ideas and experiences. She saw the world not as it was, but as it could be, a canvas waiting for her to fill it with stories, both in her studies and in her personal life. Monika was drawn to Sarah, to her quiet strength and the gentle wisdom that shone through in their conversations. For Monika, Sarah represented a connection to the real world, a grounding force that balanced out her own boundless energy. Sarah first noticed Monika at a small art gallery tucked away on a side street. The gallery showcased local artists, and this month's exhibit featured a collection of abstract paintings that played with light, shadow, and the emotions that lay between. Sarah had been studying one of the paintings when she heard a soft voice beside her say, "It feels like this one is crying, doesn't it?" Sarah turned and saw Monika, her bright eyes gazing at the painting with a mixture of curiosity and understanding. And even though Sarah was busy analyzing the artwork, she couldn't help but notice Monika's overflowing enthusiasm and her infectious laughter as she explored the gallery. Something about her energy drew Sarah in, making her want to listen and learn. So Sarah ended up engaging in a lively conversation with Monika about art, literature, and the countless ways that human emotions could be expressed. As the evening wore on, Sarah found herself captivated by Monika's youthful spirit and her ability to see the world with such wonder. She realized that she had missed the joy of engaging with someone so full of life and passion. Over the next few weeks, Sarah found excuses to visit the gallery again. She told herself it was because she was interested in art, but the truth was she was hoping to see Monika again. Meanwhile, Monika, with her youthful enthusiasm and insatiable curiosity, always seemed to be around. Whether it was at a poetry reading, a weekend market, or simply strolling through the park, Monika was eager to explore every aspect of her new city. And whenever their paths crossed, they would engage in deep conversations about books, colors, and dreams. Their age difference, which initially seemed like a potential barrier, became a bridge that connected them in unique ways. Sarah, with her life experiences and hard-earned wisdom, offered a grounded perspective that balanced out Monika's boundless energy and optimism. On the other hand, Monika's youthful exuberance and passion reminded Sarah of the beauty and wonder that existed in the world, something she had almost forgotten. One evening, Monika invited Sarah to the university cafe. "It's nothing fancy," she warned, laughing, "but the coffee is strong and the tables are usually free." Sarah readily accepted the invitation. As they sat together sipping their coffee, their conversation flowed easily. Sarah found herself opening up to Monika in a way she never had before, sharing stories of her travels, her childhood dreams, and the challenges she had faced in her career. She even talked about her previous relationship, the one that had left her heart broken and guarded. Monika listened attentively, offering words of comfort, encouragement, and understanding. In turn, Monika shared her own ambitions, her worries about the future, and her secret dreams of publishing poetry under her name. Their conversation wasn't just about exchanging words. It was about building a connection, a bond that transcended their age difference and life experiences. As the weeks passed, their friendship deepened. They began spending more time together, exploring hidden bookstores, cozy cafes, and scenic walking paths. With each passing day, Sarah found herself drawn more and more to Monika, not just as a friend, but as something more. The feelings were a surprise to her. After all, she had convinced herself that she was too old for such emotions, too set in her ways to embrace something new. Yet here she was, experiencing a love that felt both familiar and extraordinary. But even as their bond grew stronger, Sarah couldn't shake off a sense of uncertainty. She had seen love take many forms, and she knew its power to both elevate and destroy. She was afraid of losing Monika, either by confessing her feelings and risking rejection or by keeping silent and letting their friendship slip away. The turning point came unexpectedly during a rainy afternoon. Sarah had invited Monika over to her apartment for a quiet evening in. They had planned to bake cookies, paint pottery, and maybe watch an old movie. But the rain, which had been gentle at first, soon turned into a heavy downpour, making it impossible for Monika to go home. As they sat on the couch watching the raindrops race down the window pane, the silence between them became comfortable, intimate. Monika leaned her head on Sarah's shoulder, and Sarah felt her heart skip a beat. In that moment, the walls that Sarah had so carefully constructed around her heart began to crumble. The question that had been echoing in her mind for weeks finally slipped out. "Do you love me?" Monika turned to face Sarah, her eyes filled with sincerity and warmth. "I've loved you for a while now, Sarah. I know it might seem sudden, but I can't pretend anymore. Being with you makes me feel seen, heard, and cherished in a way I never thought possible." Sarah's eyes welled up with tears as she heard these words. In that dimly lit living room, surrounded by the comforting scent of baking cookies, Sarah found the courage to reciprocate. "I love you too, Monika." The confession hung in the air between them, charged with emotion, dissolving the barriers that had kept them apart. The age gap that had once seemed like a chasm was now a mere footnote in the grand narrative of their love story. Their love was a testament to the fact that age was just a number, a societal construct that paled in comparison to the depth of their connection. Hand in hand, they navigated the challenges that came their way, proving that love, when genuine and heartfelt, could conquer any obstacle. And so their journey together began, marked by love, understanding, and a shared passion for life. Thank you for watching this touching love story. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more captivating content. We have plenty of videos that celebrate diverse love stories, just like this one. Until next time, stay tuned for more heartwarming tales. Thank you and goodbye.